Welcome, everyone. I'm Robin Keller, your podcast interviewer and the training and events extraordinaire here at NWIRC, Northwest Industrial Resource Center. We created this podcast to tell you about an exciting event that's happening on March 25th right here in Erie, PA. And I want to introduce you to some of the incredible people and the talent that we are bringing together for manufacturers at this conference. And this is going to be a full day dedicated to solving real problems, sharing ideas, connecting with peers from across the manufacturing community. It's an opportunity to learn, collaborate, and walk away with practical insights that you can put to work immediately. Manufacturing is changing fast, and technology, the workforce, supply chain, automation, everything. It's crazy right now, and no single organization has all the answers. And that's why this podcast is existing, to bring you into the conversation. Each episode, we're going to talk with people who are solving real problems on the factory floor. We're going to explore what's working, what isn't, and what manufacturers need right now to stay competitive, resilient, and future ready. Our goal is simple: help manufacturers succeed and make sure you're part of the discussion. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this community. And let's get into today's conversation. And today we're going to interview Sara Hanks, engineer, CEO, and president of NWIRC.
Hey, Robin. It's
Hi,
great
Sara.
to be here today.
What a surprise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on today. And honestly, I think you're the expert. Can you tell me what NWIRC is?
Sure. The NWIRC is a consultant firm that's located here in Northwest Pennsylvania. We cover 13 counties, all the way from Erie County over to Potter County, down to Clearfield and over to Mercer. We specialize in helping support small and mid-sized manufacturing companies. I would say our services could be bucketized into 4 key areas. We help in the space of people development through leadership and culture. We help with operational excellence. We help with growth services, things like lead generation. And we are involved in helping companies adopt technologies such as automation and AI. We're a nonprofit. We're part of a network of organizations like ours throughout the state as well as throughout the country.
Awesome. It sounds like you kind of described our 4 pillars as well. So that's cool. I know we can do so much. So it's really helpful to be able to put them into categories that makes it a lot easier for manufacturers to know exactly what we do. Now, I know you've spent your career in engineering, manufacturing, and transformation. So what do you think those experiences have shown you about what manufacturers are facing right now?
So my career started in engineering. So I had an opportunity to figure out how parts are designed for use. How do we take a customer requirement and convert that into an object that would then be available for them um, to have? And then from there, I went into manufacturing, and I had the opportunity to really understand and look under the hood and see how those objects were made. And then I moved into transformation. And I think that's where I got a real appreciation for the challenges that manufacturers face today. Let's face it, change is tough. And when you're in a manufacturing environment, you're concerned with what is happening in my facility today. You're in the midst of customers asking for updates on parts. You're in the midst of people having to deal with absenteeism on the floor, or perhaps there's some equipment that goes down. There's a lot of disruption and a lot of fires that happen and manufacturers encounter on a day-to-day basis that is distracting from being able to implement change for the good, even if you understand and are bought into the fact that a, a transformation will provide your ability to output more, have better margins, and be able to provide better products and services for your customers.
Awesome. And I feel like you're the expert. You're definitely one of the experts that can help manufacturers do all those things. And, in that aspect, how do you think manufacturers are falling behind right now?
Oh, I think it goes back to the two things basically is one, they're busy. Everybody is busy dealing with problems, dealing with fires, dealing with the question of the day that's occurring. And the second is it's difficult to find time to pick your head up, understand where you need to make adjustments in your operation or put forth strategies to make improvements, and then actually following through with those strategies is challenging as well. And then I also think too, there's a certain level of fear that is accompanying, especially in the space of industry 3.0, 4.0, and into 5.0, and specifically technologies in that, such as artificial intelligence. It's scary because you don't have time to learn if it's a good thing or a bad thing, and so you don't take the time to do that. And that's part of what our mission is to help demystify some of these changes that are available for people and opportunities that are available to drive improvement, and make it so that it's a lot easier to understand, break down some of the barriers that are caused by fear, and help manufacturers catch up and eventually move forward.
I think that's an excellent plan. And, one of the ways that I know we're going to be able to do those things for manufacturers is with our manufacturing conference. It's, DIFM, Driving Impact for Manufacturing. And this is going to be an exciting event where we can talk about these things that you just mentioned, these fears that manufacturers have and the reasons that maybe they're falling behind. We can start talking about these. So what do you think is different about this conference than other conferences?
Well, I think that what's different about this conference from other conferences is our ability, or our conference is, well, I'll just say two things. One is our conference is starting with an activity that will provide engaging dialogue of people within a, a structured way to help get people thinking. And what I mean by that is the first hour of our conference is going to be set up so that you'll be sitting with manufacturers from different industries as well as partners, and you'll be given a scenario and then answered questions throughout this activity about the scenario to really drive a productive dialogue, get input from other people, and have ideas emerge on how you could take some of those learnings back into your own operation. And then the second thing, which really excites me, is we're bringing in Garrison Wynn, who is a renowned keynote speaker. He's extremely energetic. He has a background in comedy, so he's going to bring a humor and an excitement to our conference to close it out. And I just love his topic, or his title of his keynote. Change is mandatory, but stress is not. He's going to equip us with ways of dealing with the fact that change is inevitable. It's coming whether you like it or not. But how do we make it so that it's more digestible, easier, and it doesn't keep us up at night and we're able to lean into it?
I agree 100% with you. Garrison Wynn is going to be a total game changer. We're bringing somebody that I don't think he's ever been to Erie before, and it's going to be so unique and amazing for manufacturers. So yes, I 100% agree. And we have such a great direct delivery team. They're going to knock it out of the park this morning, and everybody's going to have a really good time with our activity as well. What do you think the attendees of the manufacturing conference will take away from the sessions or discussions that you're helping lead or that our other facilitators are leading?
So the purpose of the conference is to help with workforce, generally speaking. And so the way we're approaching improvement to a manufacturer and their workforce within their company is through 4 key areas. The first is around executive leadership. So we'll offer 3 separate breakout sessions that are going to help leaders within manufacturing take away strategies to help them become more effective leaders, because an improvement in your workforce really does start from the top. The second is around the culture. And so that's how people are interacting with each other. What are the values of the company? Is it evident throughout? Do people want to come to work? And again, we'll have 3 separate breakout sessions that are geared specifically towards that. And another way to improve workforce is to help employees remove waste and improve how they're spending their time and making sure that it's contributing to the value add of the organization and value add to the products and the services that customers are paying for. And the way you do that is through operational excellence. And then finally, the last one, which is very complementary to operational excellence, is in the space of artificial intelligence and adopting technologies through robotics. So I think these 4 themes are a really solid blueprint that you'll be able to have takeaways from any one of 12 different breakout sessions to take back to your companies and implement to help improve your workforce.
Awesome. I know. I'm excited. I don't even know which sessions I want to attend yet, but
All of them.
I know. It's going to be great. And I mean, we're bringing in a lot of talent too. We have our own, but I know we have people in the Erie area and in our 13 counties that are manufacturers or that are directors of HR, and they're in the fields now and doing the work and are going to have a lot of great information for manufacturers. And you're talking about AI, and I think this is a huge topic right now. But what do you see AI changing in manufacturing? Like, how is it working, and what will this conference offer in terms of AI training and technology specifically?
Sure. So in terms of AI technology, are we allowed to announce it yet, Robin? Or do we wait
Andreas?
till tomorrow? Yeah.
I think we can. Hopefully he's not listening. So, but we are going to have an AI expert. We just won't say his name yet.
Okay,
How's
that
that?
sounds great. So we have an AI expert that'll be leading two breakout sessions. We're very excited to welcome him. We'll do an official announcement of his of who he is, and we'll make a big deal about that later. We also have Brandon from C&J Industries. He's going to be talking about the implementation of robotic technologies. So I think those 3 breakout sessions are going to be effective at least exposing AI and giving some opportunities on how to improve your adoption of AI internally.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation that I think once manufacturers get together, especially if they're on the fence about it, they don't know where to start specifically. I think they're going to get a lot of those questions answered specifically at this conference. And honestly, they can always even reach out to you. You have
Sure.
so much knowledge and are really becoming a leader in the AI technology field yourself. So kudos to you.
I'll put in a casual plug right now. We because of our Smart PA grant, we have an opportunity to help actually start to break that conversation of where do we get started. So we do offer an AI assessment. It's less than 8 hours over 2 chunks of time to understand what your operation does, where the challenges are, and then a recommended go forward on how to implement AI. And one of the things to keep in mind is, there's with AI, you need to make sure that, especially if you're using it to do any sort of predictive AI or very specified generative AI, you need good data. And unfortunately, for some of our manufacturers, they're not there yet. And so the journey might not be straight to AI, although you can use the generative AI tools that are available to get some personal productivity. But when you want to do more of an organizational transformation, you do need that data to be correct, accurate, complete, contextualized, and available for the AI to give you that level of accuracy that manufacturers require because of what they do.
For sure. And, honestly, I think that everyone is dabbling in AI, and there, especially in your company, you want to make sure that your staff are using it appropriately, safely, that they're not exposing anything that might not, you don't want out there. So, there needs to be a little bit of safety measure there too. And I think that's something that you will touch upon, and our other AI experts will talk about. So it's all good information. And that kind of, with AI, that's kind of what, that's a challenge or an opportunity. So what challenges or opportunities do you think the industry is going to face within the next 12 to 24 months?
I think the second conversation that we need to have, besides adopting technology and AI, is really got to be to look at our workforce and the silver tsunami that's ahead of us. I don't have the statistics right in front of me. But there is going to be a significant shift, and a lot more people will be exiting the workforce than those that are coming into the workforce. Where I think our conference is really helpful is by addressing challenges that companies face with executive leadership and building a culture that people want to work for will help recruit new talent into those companies to help replace. And I also think technology is going to be playing a major part in capturing the knowledge of the folks that are retiring because they've got decades of experience, and the workforce is going to be replaced with those that just don't have that level of knowledge. So figuring out how to adopt technology to capture those lessons learned. And the reason we want to do that is because ultimately we're interested in making sure manufacturing stays here and thrives here. So we need to address these challenges. We need to have the conversations with those owners that are thinking about what does my next step look like, and how do I ensure my business is going to thrive after I'm out of it. And so I think that some of that is solved by making sure your place is a great place to work and recruiting those talents into the wall. And then as an NWIRC, and this is kind of outside of our conference, but we're always looking at how do we expose manufacturing careers to the kids in high school and get them exposed to the fact that you can have a fabulous career in a whole bunch of different areas, from running equipment on the shop floor to driving sales for your organization and running the accounting in the back office. Like, there's a tremendous breadth of careers that are available for those, and to expose all of those types of careers to the high school students to help them find, you know, we want to guide them to the path that's going to help replace this workforce as they retire.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I think that, we have these four pillars that, while they seem very different, the executive leadership, the emerging technologies, culture, they all really lead to the same thing. And that's making your company a great place to work so that people want to stay and people want to come there. So, in facing this challenge of the silver tsunami and AI, I mean, what do you think? What would you say to, like, the naysayers that are afraid that AI is going to take away jobs from people?
So I'll quote the quote that's been around. It's not AI is not going to take jobs away from people. It's people that don't know how to use AI that will take jobs away from people. I think that the I've seen the transformation myself of people that a few months ago had never picked up, never logged into ChatGPT or Copilot, and now the acceleration of growth that they're able to have, and the speed at which they're able to ramp up knowledge and then create things for others. I think those are the types of people that are going to replace the jobs. I think um, it's a tool, and it's a way to make your work more efficient.
So going back to our conference, and just kind of like, if there's anything else that you can think of, do you think that there's anything else that this conference is going to do to help manufacturers with their current problems?
So, one of the observations that I had at last year's conference was the power of the sidebar conversations during the networking portions of the conference. So, like while we're breaking for lunch or before it starts, or even after when we have a happy hour, you have an opportunity to network with people that have been in a similar boat. And sometimes the most powerful aha moments are happening as you're reflecting on what you're doing or what you've learned, but then having a conversation with a peer from a different company to really drive those learnings home and understand like what types of best practices exist, and also even just talking through challenges and feeling understood is a value add that doesn't always show up on a marketing flyer or other advertisement.
Oh my gosh, you are so right. And I know two people that became really good friends at our conference last year, and they still hang out. And they're from two different counties, but they get together and they talk and they call each other with problems and issues. And how would you handle this? And I 100% agree with you. It's just a nice match. Like, I didn't think that we were matchmakers, but here we are doing it with our manufacturers. So I think it's awesome. I kind of want to wrap this up now, but Sarah, what is the biggest message that you hope listeners take away from this conversation?
Well, I hope that the biggest takeaway is that there's some intrigue and interest about our conference. In our outro, you'll see a QR code that'll give you a direct link to be able to explore more and sign up. I firmly believe that if we are going to make sure that Northwestern Pennsylvania is going to thrive, that it's going to involve all of us getting together, collaborating, working through problems and challenges collectively so that we make sure that our region remains vital and grows.
I love that. And I think it's going to happen. This conference is going to be amazing. I'm super excited. I know you are. How can people connect with you if they want to learn more about this?
So you're welcome to connect me directly on LinkedIn. My DMs are open and available. You're also welcome to email me directly or call me. I can post my I believe my email is available on our website.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it is. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And thank you for everybody that is listening today. I hope that you're interested in our conference. I hope you're interested in the things that we had to say, and that maybe there's something we can do to help you as a manufacturer, or if you have just any questions or concerns, reach out to us. We can bring them to the public and make them light.
Thank you.
Thank you.